Hi, and welcome back to the channel. We are continuing 1899. This is episode 7 titled The Storm. Before we get into it, as per usual, this video is sponsored by Movie Palette. You see this beautiful thing in the background. If you want something like that for yourself, you can check out everything they have to offer over at moviepalette.com, and you can use the code SPIDER15 to get 15% off of your purchase. But, okay. Something happened since last time we reacted to 1899, or since last time we watched an episode. And it's been a little while in real time since we watched episode 6. There was Christmas and New Year's, and then I got sick. And not that it delayed it in any way, but you probably have noticed that I'm not wearing my glasses. I stepped on them. Yay! So now I have to
Dad
get
life.
yeah, now I have to get a new pair of glasses. But the thing that happened was that 1899 has now been cancelled by Netflix. For fuck's sake. That really sucks. It's unfortunate that we might not get the end of this story at all. The only way that it can happen still is if another streaming service picks up 1899, cross fingers, but for now, this is all we get, the one season, and we're of course still gonna finish it here on the channel. We're gonna watch the last 2 episodes and see what sort of annoying cliffhanger it's gonna end with, and us being like, we want answers, but we're not gonna get them. This just sucks, because we've really been enjoying this journey. I love your hair right now. We've really been enjoying this journey with 1899, all the mystery and different characters. It's been tough to watch, but still, yeah, of course, not done with it yet. We have these last 2 episodes to get through, and then that might be the end. Do you have anything you want to say before we jump into this one?
No, my phone is on sound just in case that there's something with the baby I need to tend to, but otherwise, fingers crossed that he's just gonna have a lovely time with his grandma.
Yep, and maybe sleep a little bit. Okie dokie. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like, comment, all that good stuff. Check out the Patreon if you want to watch the full-length reactions or watch-alongs where you can sync up the reaction with your own copy of the episode. Let's get into it. This is episode 7, The Storm. Here we go.
Okay.
Reminds me of the start of an episode of Dark.
Yeah.
Didn't they start an episode like that with Jonas and Marta?
I think so.
Now it's Daniel and Maura. Because we, of course, learn that they got married, but you can't remember.
Well, that they were married?
They were married. I guess unless they got a divorce, they're still technically married, right? It's just, again, she can't remember that. Yeah.
I love you. Never forget.
Oh, that hurts.
Reality's not what's in the inside. It's what's happening on the outside.
I have opinions about this.
This would exist if it weren't for the mind to experience it. And going a step further, it actually might not exist at all. So we'll never know whether stimuli in our brain are caused by a reality or a construct of one.
The Matrix.
Thank you, Maura.
That was your opinion as well.
Kind of.
Kind of, yeah. Whoa.
This is not 1899.
Definitely not, no. Yeah, there's been several hints. Of course, this is not really happening in 1899. Wake up.
Wake up.
Oh yeah, she locked him in there.
I need my device! Please!
I don't know, still, I sort of get why she's reacting the way that she is, but he's got answers. And he's clearly not going to hurt you or anything, so just maybe listen to him a little bit, or let him explain some things. Although, of course, I don't know how I would react in a situation where, reality is just shifting around me. I don't know what's going on, and then this person shows up and tells me that we're married, and like, the fuck, get away. Try and smash through the hull.
No, I don't think he's going to smash, but more like, yeah, exactly like, I don't know what that is called in English. Wedge it. And
Yeah. Okay. Can you go through? Ugh. Where the hell is he going to end up now? What is he looking for? Something. Oh. Wow.
Okay, so now we got a countdown.
Oh, and with that, you can see. Now the house
Ike,
isn't burned down.
geht es Ihnen gut? Kann ich Ihnen helfen? Haben Sie sich verlaufen? Geht es Ihnen gut? Kann ich Ihnen helfen? Haben Sie sich verlaufen?
She was straight up glitching. Where the heck are we now?
Spain, perhaps?
Perhaps. So, okay.
Vi ved fandme godt begge to, at jeg ikke bærer Guds barn. Og du ikke hører Guds stemme. Tove. Kommer du?
He's not gonna leave her, is he? No.
Who is this now?
It's definitely just jumping around in memories.
That's blood, right?
No!
Oh.
It's Oleg's.
Yeah, Poland.
It's in Poland. Oh, fuck. Okay, so a little hint of what happened that... Just keep going, man. Let's go through Daniel's memory. It's a really, really big bedroom.
Yeah, I think it looks a bit uncomfortable to me. With all that room.
Yeah, and so many books around them.
Yeah, but no bookshelves.
Yeah, get a bookshelf or 5. Bingo. It's the first time we've gotten it confirmed that he is their son, right? Like we've talked about it, but
I don't think it's a clear confirmation, but yeah,
yeah.
I was pretty certain. Especially after we got confirmed that they were whatever, married.
Yeah. Okay, so whose grave is this?
Boy, it's a small grave, right?
Okay, that is just another way to continue. Oh, he's been hiding down there.
Have you found the code? Mum?
She still doesn't remember.
It's confirmed.
Yeah, now it's confirmed. 100%. And she can end the loop, but she needs to remember.
She will wake up this time.
I'm sure she will.
Oh no, fuck. Damn you, guy whose name I can't remember. No? Is that a good thing? It might help her remember?
His name is Elliot. He's our son.
That's impossible. I can't have children. Doctor said I could never have children.
It's a false memory.
I would remember having a child, so why don't I remember?
Because you wanted to forget.
Wanted to.
Because you wanted to get rid of the pain.
What pain?
We will never know whether the stimuli in our brains are caused by reality or just by the construct of one.
Construct of one.
This isn't real. This is a simulation. Plato's cave allegory. You're watching shadows on the wall, and you think that they're the reality. If you don't look over your shoulder, you would see what's causing those shadows. You have to wake up, or there will be nothing left to wake up for. And your consciousness will be trapped in here forever. We're running out of time.
Wow. That is scary.
He knows where the boy is hiding.
But he didn't say where. Just said, I know.
Just gonna go get him himself.
There's a code, an override. It's the only way out of here before everything restarts. You have to remember where it is.
I don't understand. Why would I know where it is?
Try to remember. You hid it, but you made yourself forget.
The necklace?
Oh. Sure. A little wrong key.
Christian! Christian!
Elles sont où ces ampoules?
Dans une boîte dans notre cabine. Viens, aide-moi. On va le porter.
Carry him? Shouldn't you maybe just run and get them instead? Isn't that faster? Oh, he knows where that thing is as well.
Once they flush this out, everything will start again. And this run will go into the archive just like the others. But this time it will be different. I'll anchor us to it, so we will go through the same port.
The fuck? No, thank you. Don't, no, 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 no! No, 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 no! Fuck. Oleg.
He's dead.
Well, with this whole thing being a simulation, I don't think anyone in the show are like really dead. Any of the characters who've died throughout it.
Perhaps they're not even alive.
True. But like, what is the significance of all of them? And why is Henry keeping an eye on them?
Yeah.
If they're not real. Or, yeah. Oh no.
¡Alguien! ¡Ayuda, por favor! ¡Alguien! Está lejos. No, le dejes. Dios. Tengo miedo.
Okay, so everybody's just fucking dying in this episode.
Hvis det er det her, han ønsker for mig, skulle jeg så modsætte mig hans vilje?
Tror du, han vil have, at du skal dø? Gud vil have, at du skal dø. Det er det, du vil. Det er det, du vil.
Der er ikke noget håndtag. Hvorfor er der ikke noget håndtag? Hvad gør vi? Hvad gør vi?
Sprich mir, dass du am Leben bleibst.
Hvad laver du? Nej!
Jeg vil aldrig forlade dig.
Sir, I found him and the pyramid.
Oh, fuck.
Every time they make the same mistakes. And every time they die. Because they can't get rid of their emotions. But that's what makes them weak. It's human nature's ultimate flaw. One shouldn't base a choice on love, anger, hate. They're just silly feelings that cloud the mind.
Wow. How?
Using the Prometheus to regain access was a smart move. Nevertheless, you failed. I want the key. And in return, you will keep your son.
What have you done?
You know where to find me.
I love you. Never forget.
Oh, of course.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Fuck. Oh, shit. And you're not a big fan of big bodies of water.
No. And this is like my worst nightmare. Approximately.
Whoa. Oh yeah, fuck, he's still
Somewhere.
on the Prometheus, or one of the other ships. And now the Catwalk is going to show up in the archive. So he's in the archive. Yeah.
Whoa, that's a lot of simulations, huh?
Mm-hmm. Damn it. Oh. One more to go. I guess we sort of got some answers. Or well, we did.
Sorta.
Did get a lot of answers as to like, okay, this is truly a simulation. Of course, nothing is really real, but must be some real aspects to it because Mora holds the key to something that Henry wants. We still don't know why. We just know that he really wants it. He doesn't think that feelings are useful at all. Just cold calculus. And that probably stems from his trauma of his wife losing her mind and him trying to fix it. So yeah, he arrived at that conclusion in his mind. But how does everything else fit into it? Is this a simulation he created? Or there's still so many questions. So many goddamn questions. Is there anything you want to like jump into from the get-go? Like something in particular or?
Okay, so there's a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things. As you said, we got a lot of questions. Oh, sorry, a lot of answers. But not.
But also a lot of questions.
Yeah, exactly. Just open up a lot of other questions. So we started out by seeing Daniel's memory, and apparently everyone, and I think we kind of figured out by now that everyone, at least of the
core cast,
yeah, like they have each their memory.
Mm.
And we saw Daniel's memory, and that was a very tender moment with his wife, Mora, and the whole never forget
thing.
And it's also where they ended up when he explained, like that was the place in which he explained to her a little bit more about what's going on. So, well, as we deduced, earlier on.
Mm-hmm.
Elliot is the son of the two. So my theory is that she actually created this simulation herself. Because he made it kind of sound like that. It was like, well, you're trapped in this and you wanted to because you didn't want to feel the pain.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, pain from what? So did they lose Elliot in the real world?
Yeah, and that's who, like, what the grave really represents, because you said it's a small grave and the kid is literally hiding inside of that cave. That's where his room is in this simulation.
Yeah, so is that why... Sorry. So is that why she... is that the pain that she's going through? Sorry. It's...
It hits harder now.
Yeah, it really does.
With being parents.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine the pain of losing your kid.
No.
And just how horrible that feels. No matter when or...
Yeah, in that way it is understandable wanting to forget that pain, wanting to do something to remove that pain, because it will surely eat you up.
And I think a lot of, like, and perhaps that's what, like, the simulation, all the people in the simulation, what it represents, perhaps. Like, perhaps it was, she was looking for volunteers that has been through something very traumatic that has caused them so much pain that they want to escape from it.
Yeah.
And that's
what all of them have in common.
Yeah, and perhaps what if, let's say if Henry and her is working together on this project, because it's like kind of what we've been told in the past, that they were kind of working together.
Yeah, and she was his favorite because she was going down the same path, kind of, but
yeah, so perhaps they're working together, and the way that the simulation has been run so far, as Henry said, like, they're all failing, they're all making the same mistakes each time because they cannot, like, they put their emotions into this, and
they can't let go of their trauma, even though
exactly.
That's
so
what they're dared to do, sort of.
Yeah, exactly. So the way that they can come out on the other side of the simulation is by completely annihilating any sort of emotion within, and perhaps that's the whole thing. And yeah, that's why they're not surviving the countless simulations. But it seems like there is also a limit to how many times they can do this, because he also said that, well, your consciousness will be trapped in here. I don't know if that's just because, well, it's an endless loop and they can't get out of the endless loop because they will never, ever, ever, because that's as also what Henry said, like, that's the human flaw is that we feel stuff, and that a lot of our decision making and the way that we do, well, every day is being guided by emotions. And our emotions, and that's how we live our lives. That's just like, that's how humans.
That's what we are.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
what also makes us unique in that way, is that we are governed by our emotions, by our feelings.
But even animals are governed by their emotions, because they feel emotions too. Emotions like fear, anger, stuff like this.
Definitely. It's just what more complicated with humans, or it can be deeper in that way, and we can put reason into our emotions, and we don't necessarily just act on them, but we still, for lack of a better term, a slave to our emotions, and that's what maybe, as you're saying, then that's what Henry and Maura, they wanted to see if they could get beyond that, and in the process for Maura, forget her trauma, forget her grief, and then I think you're very much right about the rest of the people then sort of being in this experiment as well, this simulation, as maybe volunteers and the people who've all been through trauma and want to forget that trauma as well, because that's of course been a through line through the entire thing, and we've seen and them going through their memories, and we saw a few quick glimpses of some more memories where I think you said like the desert-looking place that was probably
Spain or Portugal.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
another memory that we haven't seen, and
Yeah.
and then we also got something from Poland. It seems like, but it's all linked in that way, and that's really fascinating that we are finally getting to that, and of course the whole how of it all, like the technology behind these simulations and how it's being done, isn't, I think, as important to the story as what they're dealing with and why like they're doing these simulations. Like, it doesn't necessarily matter how they work. They might get into it and explain it at some point, but there are some things from Dark as well where, like, yeah, we're sort of told like how the whole time travel and multiverse thing works, but not really in detail. And it's not the most important thing. It is about the characters, about their emotions, about what they're going through, about their trauma, and their connections and so on. And like, it's clearly a thing here as well.
Yeah, but how before we got, like, I think we were 3 or 4 episodes into the series when I just tried to describe this for someone. But I feel like where Dark is much more, it was much more based on what happened and how do we undo it. Where this, I feel like it's much more like the mystery was like what happened. Where here it's much more the mystery of who are these people and what do they mean to each other. And it's much more about the people.
How are these events connected? How are these people connected?
Yeah, and also like, who are these people? Who are they to themselves and each other? And I think, and that's the unfortunate thing with the cancellation, because even though we haven't watched the last episode, I feel like because the simulation will be run again, because that's the last thing we saw is that it all shut down, and well, the Kerberos ended in the archives. I feel like then we're not gonna, like, all these glimpses, like these 2 glimpses we saw from other people's memories, that
we are actually
we were perhaps supposed to be told these stories in the later seasons. But we're not gonna have those.
Yes.
So there's still gonna be a mystery.
Yeah, it very well could be that the way that this series was going to progress was a hard reset every season, and then they're gonna get closer and closer to the goal, so to say, by the end of it. And then in the 3rd season, that's when they're finally going to get there.
Yeah, so a bit like Dark in that regard as well.
Yeah, because we sort of got a hard reset with Dark each season as well. Like in a way where, like, the 1st season, of course, like, it went the way that it went, and then 2nd season was more about the past we jumped around in time through the 1st and the 2nd season, and then in the 3rd one it was also a dimension thing all of a sudden. But still, like, reacquainting ourselves with characters that we already knew of, but just in
other versions.
Yes. And this could sort of be the same thing where, we would get a hard reset at the beginning of each season or at the end of each season. And then we would have to sort of reacquaint ourselves with the characters, and there might be some of the same things that were gonna go down, but it would be different each time. Or perhaps we still haven't watched the last one of this 1st season, which will probably, unfortunately, be the only season.
Yeah, it's really sad because I feel like I wanted to learn much more about Oleg and Angel, and
now I feel like it. Now we're really getting into it. Now, like, it's always been interesting, and from the get-go, I've been sort of invested. But like, now we're really getting there.
Why is trauma so fascinating?
Yeah. Why does a lot of entertainment deal with that? Yeah.
Wonder why.
Speaking of, I guess we can should probably get into that in the next one. But I was just speaking of like trauma and emotional stuff. Just thought of the next series that we're gonna be watching, which is of course The Last of Us. That's gonna be hard.
I think this is hard, and especially with after I've given birth, everything's just been much more
hard hitting.
Yeah. Like there's been, I don't know why, but it's like there's been so much like with the childbirth and like losing kids and stuff in the different kinds of media, and I'm over
looking
it.
at you, House of the Dragon. What
Yeah.
the fuck.
And I have to say, I'm over it because it breaks me every time. And it breaks me. I don't know how it's so hard hitting. It was just like a switch. Just
it's gonna happen again in The Last of Us, because that deals a lot with the whole being a parent thing.
I know.
I think that story's gonna hit us way harder. Possibly it's gonna hit us harder in some regards than it did with back when we played the game.
Yeah, but I feel like I got the game spoiled before we played it, so I knew what was gonna happen.
Oh, the first one even.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Someone told me the plot, and
what an asshole.
No, I asked for it, I guess, because that was before I actually started playing video games myself.
Oh, okay.
And I was just so fascinated by how how a video game could just basically be one movie. And so I got it spoiled, and now since we played the games together, we I feel like I know what's gonna happen, so I'm more at least I know what's gonna happen. So
you're more prepared. It might still hit you, but yeah.
But it might still hit me because I am still very emotional being, so
true.
I cry when other people cry.
And there were some tough scenes in this one with the death of several characters who we're certainly going to see again, because the whole thing is going to restart, but it's still tough to watch.
Yeah, we lost Lucien, we lost Even and Anka.
Yes.
We lost
Franz.
Yeah, Franz. We lost Oleg.
Yeah. Angel,
yeah. And Mrs. Wilson, I think we didn't really see.
No, I think wasn't she still on? Oh yeah, what happens to now the people who are in the archive?
Exactly.
Why are they so when the whole thing restarts, are they just going to be removed from the archive and then start over together with the people who seemingly died early on, or? Yeah, okay. We should probably just get into the next episode. We might get some answers there.
Sure. It's so interesting the way, because as you said, what happens when they restart the simulation? Yeah, it's just, are they so? Sorry, I've not let go of that thought yet. So will that mean that they will just be archived in the archive, like that version of them? But then why are there no people on the Prometheus? Because
they all died.
Yeah,
at that point. In the previous, this is maybe the first time there's been any survivors.
We don't know, because there were a lot
of ships.
Perhaps
yeah, but this is the furthest they've ever gotten. We got that told to us several times with Daniel and Elliot talking together, that they've never gotten this far.
But that was only speaking with the two of them, right?
Perhaps. And getting this far as to making or getting Mora to remember.
Yeah, and perhaps because Mora has the key. That's also why I think that she was also building the simulation.
But now when the next one starts, is Daniel still gonna retain his memories from all of the other simulations? So now he knows where the key is from the get-go. And he can act way faster.
That was what he wrote into the code, right? What he did with the...
Oh, yeah, possibly. Right? Yeah, so maybe he's been doing that every time to make himself remember.
Think, yeah. Oh, yeah, sorry, remember, yeah. But again, seeing that if it's only the two of them going that far every time, then what if there are multiple versions of these people in the archives? Are they going to find each other suddenly? Or
yeah, well, let's jump into the next one. We might get some answers there, and then we can theorize wildly after that, because then we're probably not gonna get the answers. Yeah. Danish word of the day. It's another kind of easy / boring one.
Really easy. Really boring,
yeah. So the title is The Storm. A storm, the storm, and that translates to
Stormen.
Yes.
So basically, again, we have the article in the back of it.
Yeah.
It's called like a storm, en storm, then the storm, stormen.
Yes.
And yeah, they're not really like that's pretty commonly like there are no misunderstandings there, or like when something gets lost in translation, or you translate it differently, or you would translate it
like this is as
you could also say uvær.
But that could be more of a that just means bad weather, basically.
But like really bad weather.
Yeah, like really bad weather, but that can be more than just a storm, I guess.
Sure.
So either way, yeah, there we go. Danish word of the day. And I guess that's gonna do it for this reaction and review of 1899, episode 7, The Storm. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and we will see you very soon. Bye.
Bye.